Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today, day number 3 of Expedition League. Now wait, actually it's the end of day 2 when I record this video, but when I upload it, it's day 3. It's complicated. Never mind. So, new day, new build, new me. That's pretty much my typical league start, right? This time around, I decided to go with an Elementalist because the Forbidden Rite, as I said yesterday, did not really make me happy. And I actually had the plan, if the Forbidden Rite doesn't work out, I can still respec the Occultist and go Elementalist, right? The problem is, I would have needed probably 2 Exalts worth of regrets, like 150 regrets to reset the entire character. So I said, like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna level up a new character, and here we are. MBX Purple Ignite is now level 77. Leveled this one up today. We currently have 10 hours playtime. A very smooth character, and this is Fireburst. So, as we know, who read the patch notes know that Fireburst got demolished. Literally demolished. There is probably 10 nerfs in combined sense on Fireburst. The base damage got nerfed. The damage effectiveness got bursted, and bursted basically. Then we have not 1 second cooldown, we have actually 1.5 second cooldown. Let me turn off the AC here. So that's 3 nerfs just from the skill itself, right? Then the nerf to the support gems. Then we have the nerf to all the Ignite-based cluster jewels. So, for example, damaging ailments deal 15% faster, or the blowback thing, is now 8% as far as I saw. And I think all these power dot multi things got nerfed as well to have lower values. On the next part, cluster jewels. What was the next thing? They nerfed the barracks respite ring. So it used to be an ignite spread by 25 units. Now it is 20 units. And yeah, overall, this skill should be trash. But I leveled it up today anyways because I just want to play Elementalist just for a potential Forbidden Ignite build. So a Forbidden Rite Ignite build, more or less. So I just said, like, you know what, I'm just gonna level this up, and if we are on the way, we can just try out Fireburst. How does it look like right now? And in the entire character, I probably stick 1 Exalt, I would say. The items are pretty cheap. I bought the Barracks Respite yesterday for 17 Chaos. The Black Flame Ring is like 10. I think I bought it for 10 Chaos today. Now it's 14 Chaos, probably because it's like 5 in the morning and there is not a lot of those online. The Chaos Heart was like 30 Chaos or 28 something. So we have like 30, 40, 50, 60 Chaos in these items. The rest of the items, a Gold Rim, this is like whatever trash item that I just found from leveling, The rest, like the belt and the gloves, were the ones that I bought for the Occultist. So nothing too special over here. Here I took the Eclipse Staff, just the base. I 6-socket it and get for 1 red, 2 green, and 3 blue. Got the Fireburst on it. I bought 3 essences of Hysteria in total. That what gives you the Fireburst. And basically, I just try to get anything that has an open suffix so I can craft the fire dot multi on it. And that's pretty much where I am right now. On the skill tree, there is no cluster jewel. I just made it able to get the first cluster jewel, but I'm not sure yet. I need to POB what would be the best way. Other than that, this time around, we went for face acro, and I use the Black Flame Ring. So I would say first map showcase, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the build and why do I actually playing this now with the Black Flame. Well, actually, easy explained, I think this is the stronger budget version, although I do think that the pure fire version, the like full Elder and whatnot, is definitely the more endgame viable one. On the other hand, like at the moment, pretty easy. I mean, it's a 1-button build, you can just like really enjoy. I just have my Quicksilver Flask on my mouse, and the Stormbrand as well for single target. And yeah, it kind of works the same way it does before. The only issue here is that the internal cooldown of 1.5 seconds, you'll feel that. So, damage, I would say, is okay, but I still say that at the moment it feels better to play than the, what is it called? Forbidden Rite was. I think that has a lot better clearing, also better single target DPS, even though it got like hyper nerfed more or less. But I just enjoy playing Fireburst, and I don't know if it's like, if it's only me, but I think based on what I see right now, it might actually have the potential to be still very, very strong despite all these nerfs and all these kind of things that happen to it. I just don't know exactly how we're gonna build it, but I know with the investment that I have here with the 6-socket staff, I could easily go into probably red tier maps. Well, maybe at least I will have an easy time doing all these white tier maps that I'm currently doing for getting up the stuff, right? Getting up the Atlas, the bonus objective, and so on. And I think once I hit then yellow tier maps, or maybe like the lower red tier maps, I should have my first cluster jewel setup, and then we're gonna see again what does it look like with the damage. Now we are level 78, we crossed the 5k life. And at the moment, I don't think that I need to invest anything anymore. My gems, they're still from leveling. They're now level 18. None of my gems have any quality whatsoever. So this is like the super budget version that I got here going. And I think overall, it was maybe like 100 chaos, maybe 120 or so. So definitely not expensive, especially when I think about other leagues where these items were like super expensive because of Burning Arrow, because of the rise of these fire burst skills. I mean, the barracks respite was like 2-3 exalts and stuff like that, you know, very expensive. But to be honest, for like those 100 chaos that I invested into this character, I'm like happy with it. Like, I spend more on my God, I will always forget the skill name. I spend more currency on my Forbidden Rite, and the budget Fire Burst kind of outperforms it in everything. In like single target DPS, in the clearing, in the laziness. You know, there is no downside. I feel tanky. How often did I die on this character? 2 times until now, level 78. Absolutely no problem. And I think this is something that I enjoy a lot more than the other version. Good. Quick load on the Black Flame. I don't want to make an entire build guide about this because Fire Burst, everybody knows it from last league. I also played it last league with build guides and so on. Nothing really has changed despite the nerfs, but I think that the Black Flame Ring needs an explanation. First of all, the Black Flame Ring is the reason why my ignites are purple. And what it does is basically, it says here, enemies ignited by you take chaos damage instead of fire damage from ignites. What that basically means is the way we scale ignite is still the same. Fire damage, fire.multi, we hit with fire damage, our ignite, everything is still as the normal fire burst or fire ignite based character. The only thing that's different is the enemy. It's on the enemy side, okay? I hit him with fire and he gets a fire ignite, but instead the fire damage, he takes chaos damage. That means instead of a flammability, I'm using a despair on my Herald of Thunder with the Hex Touch support. That means that he has less chaos resistance, he gets more chaos damage over time, and that basically synergizes super well with those ignites, turning those ignites into chaos damage. But as I say again, you scale fire damage and elemental damage. That's why things like LE Overload still work, because it's on my side. I buff the ignite that I release, but the enemy takes chaos damage. That's pretty much it. I will link the Path of Building link in the description below if you want to take a look on my items that I currently have. I'm not even full on cold rest, but it's just some minor things. And I think that cooldown recovery will now be more important than ever. There's like 2 things that I want to mention here. Now it has a 1.5 seconds cooldown that could be okay-ish if you have enough damage on Fire Burst. The way it currently works, if I have like a lot of like rare packs, I hit the first enemy, but the monsters don't die within 1.5 seconds, and the Fire Burst hits the same pack again, and then it gets on cooldown again. When I move to the next pack, it's not ready, so it feels a little bit clunky. So either I just massively boost my damage on Fire Burst, which I can do then with the Cluster Jewels, hopefully, or the movement speed will at some point be a problem, because at the moment I don't even have movement speed on my boots. But the way this will work later on with like some movement enhancing things like Berserk and whatnot, we're probably going to reach over 200% movement speed, so we're still going to have a problem with the 1.5 seconds cooldown. I mentioned this last league already with the 1 second cooldown if you have too much movement speed. Now it's 1.5, so it has to be like cooldown recovery rate on your boots and on your belt basically to get your cooldown basically down to like maybe 1.1 or 1 second again, so it will not feel different in that regard, because last league I did not use the cooldown recovery because I I thought like this full Elder version that I built lately, at least in the end of the league, was actually quite hilarious in everything, like building it, like the visuals and like the strength of the build and so on. Good. I think that's it for today's video. A little bit shorter, but hey, you know, mbX's league start is always a very interesting journey. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and probably tomorrow's Spectre Shield throw. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. In the next video.